Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning scan for July 27th. In this video, I'll actually be creating a new Bitcoin range. I think this is the perfect opportunity to, go over my trading ranges, what I'm looking for, and just as I'm going through everything, just talking it out. And I think that could be very beneficial to people. So, anyway, we had a break of my Bitcoin range. I'm not really going to go into too much detail into, what happened. I could save that for a different video. But for now, we broke my range, so I need to create a new one here. So all of this is going to be pointless for now, so I'll just delete it. I probably should have spoke about what all of those were. Okay, so first we had our highs here, which were highs from, where were they from again? Right here. Okay, so this was the range high, or the untapped highs before a significant move down. So I thought that was a very significant area to highlight. So that's where I started my diagonal, and you can see that price distributed above there again before another significant move down, again wicked into it before it decent rejection. Okay, so that was obviously a important area to highlight. So that is going to be my new range low. That's usually what I do in these trading ranges. If the range high breaks, I use that in my next range as the range low, and the opposite for the range low breaks. If the range low breaks, I'll use that for my next range high. So here's my range high, or range low, I'm sorry, my old range high. Here's going to be my new range low. Okay, so what am I looking for here? Well, let's go into the weekly, see if there's any significant areas of support and or resistance. I don't know why that was there, but that is now deleted. Okay, anyway, I'll delete that at a different time. So I do have a high time frame chart, and what I highlighted on that chart was this area right here. So I feel that it is an important area. I believe it's right there, right? This is 11,250. Okay, yeah, right. So on the 3-day, right, we stalled here before a decent move down. We created the low, got rejected at that same high, got rejected again, bounced, made a lower high. So the high is set right here. That's why I have that highlighted there. So then, many months later, we come to retest those highs. We stall a bit before breaking through. But on the retest, it's really choppy around that area, which to me signals that it is a important area to keep in mind, because a lot of volume is being traded there, and it's a real fight between who's going to gain control, the bulls or the bears. So I like to keep that highlighted there. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but I do have some work going on here, so I apologize if you hear a saw or something like that going on in the background. But anyway, important area, right? Again, we have a brief spike above, rejected, created a low, bounced, lower high, brief break above again, but couldn't quite hold above there into something like I don't know, something like this, where it breaks above, reclaims that as resistance, and then moves up again. All we see is a spike above and then back down again. Okay, so this is a very important area for me, which is why I have it highlighted. So that could probably be our high time frame target for a swing trade, which is what I'm looking for. Ultimately, without going into a ton of detail, making this video longer than it has to be, I am high time frame bullish on Bitcoin. Now, the other thing we have to look out for, though, before we really get pretty bullish, are these I don't know why it just went like that. Are these untapped highs here. Remember, from months ago, these highs were kind of just hanging out up there untapped for a while. We tried to hit those again before the March sell-off. So these are still untapped. So basically, this could be our range high for now, I could say. Let's see how that looks on lower time frames. I would say that could be our range high for now. Okay, let's see, in 12-hour, all untapped highs here. I have to make sure I remember that. Okay, what are other highs we can keep our eye on? These highs just below 11K as well. So as you can see here, all I did was go on the 12-hour and zoom out and see if anything popped out at me, see if anything was equal. And the only thing equal here was these highs just below 11K. And if we extend this line left, we can see that's also an important area. It's an important support and resistance flip. If we zoom in, we could see stalled right below, broke above as resistance, reclaimed as support, created our high. Same idea here. Broke above, retested as support, created a lower high, but nonetheless a high from the low. So important area of support and resistance. So honestly, I would almost like to use this as just a swing high. So not necessarily a range high, but just a swing high. So if we do break above there, our range high will then be the highs just above 11K, and our next target would be something like this high time frame level at 11,250. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking at now. Let's see. I mean, that looks good on the 3-day too. You can see that 3-day checks out on that resistance. Okay, so now the next question is, where do we want to buy? Well, if we are bullish, we shouldn't retest this all the way down here. I mean, this candle, I'm going to try and point it out for you guys. This candle shouldn't be bled down into, you know what I'm talking about? So we see that we saw that pretty often in this range, right? We would have some sort of breakout candle or a slow grind up into a breakout, which is something like this. And then a few hours later, we would grind back and bleed back down and create a lower low. So something like that is definitely not what you would want to see, especially on a range where we finally broke after, what was it, like 2 months or something crazy like that. So we definitely don't want to see a break below there. So I believe we could safely set a stop loss below there. So if we enter at our previous range high, which is now our range low, and we target the untapped highs at just about 2R there, that's take profit 1. Take profit 2 should just be below the untapped highs, or our range high just below 11K, remember that. And then our take profit 3 would be the bottom of that red, that high time frame resistance. Take profit 4 would probably be 11.5. That's actually a very clean swing trade. I'm probably going to post that while I'm uploading this video, so you guys will probably see that trade before you even see this video. But that is the thought process behind this trade. Obviously, this is looking a little bit messy, not my typical clean chart, but I just wanted to save some time in this video. I don't want this video to go too long because I know people may lose interest. But the last thing I have to do is put my equilibrium, which is just 50% of the trading range. And as we can see, it's in a pretty nice spot, right at 10.5K, right below our untapped highs. So that is going to be an area of resistance to definitely look out for when we approach that 10.5K area. Alright, so that is looking good. That's probably what I'm going to roll with until we either break down and hit our stop loss here, or push higher. So the next thing I would just want to mention briefly is how to compound something like this. Is, let's say we do get filled at, what is this, like 10.1, just below 10.1. If we do get filled there, how to compound this is, okay, we get filled on a wick or whatever, start grinding back up. We reclaim the equilibrium and the untapped highs. So most likely what we're going to see is a bleed down here. I mean, this is a maybe, but most likely what we'll see is a spike up into the highs and then some sort of wick sell-off, something like that. Because again, there's going to be a lot of short order stop losses up there. So we may wick into it and maybe have a Darth Maul candle or something like that, but continue the grind up. So if we do wick into it, but then grind up and go sideways for a bit above here, that's where you enter a little bit more and compound your position from 10.1K. And the same thing goes, we'll probably spike the highs at 11K, sideways again, compound here for the next like $600 move into 11.5K. So that's how you would compound something like range trading. Whenever I post a trading range, or if you guys start creating your own trading ranges, the way to compound is, if it's obviously a bullish trend, you want to enter around the range low, compound at the equilibrium, compound at the range high, okay? And typically you should be like 80% out at the range high, and you add maybe 10 to 20% onto your position, so you're at what, a 40% full position size at around that time, to see if it will go higher. If it's not looking like it'll push higher, you exit. But for a bearish trend, you enter around the range high, compound below the equilibrium, take most of your profits at the range low. If the range low is flipped into resistance, you re-up to about 70% and then continue to follow the trend. So that's my plan of attack here. Hopefully you guys found this beneficial. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. Like I said, I have some work going on here. So hope you guys enjoyed this and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.